Hello everyone, I'm Heather. I'm back for a very quick video, just a light wrap up of my summer reading challenge, okay? It is Seattle Library's summer reading challenge for grown-ups. It's their book bingo that they do every year, and I have fucking nailed it. Ba-blam! Do you see this fucking beautiful awesomeness, okay? It's just so fucking awesome. So I'm now going to submit it online, like through Instagram, I think. Like you can also like mail it to them, like actual snail mail, or you can sort of drop it into one of their branches or whatever. But I'm just going to do Instagram. And I think that puts me in like a drawing now to like get a prize. Loads of people do this mind, so it's very unlikely that I'll get that prize, but I can still hope. Okay. And I can't remember last time I updated you on this project what it is that I left off on. So I'm going to try to just give a light update on the books I think I finished since the last time I said I finished a book for this. Okay, so unfortunately, the very last one I finished is The 5 Wounds by Kirsten Valdez-Quaid. And this one is actually part of the Book 2 prize, and it's in this final round, so I literally can't say anything about it. I think I can say I didn't hate it, but I can't say anything more than that. Like, you'll have to wait. If you're really excited about hearing about this one, which you should be, when I posted the Book 2 prize sort of like wrap up for the finale, I think like end of September, it will be part of that. Anyway, the other books I've done, which are not part of the Book 2 prize, first one is A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, and loads of people told me that they loved this one, but I wasn't sure. It's a little bit Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets like a sort of quirky sitcom, I guess, meets like a sort of, I don't know, sort of progressive LGBTQ plus sort of inclusive sort of deal. Do you know what I mean? So it's very like big on inclusivity and found family and things like that, but sort of takes this idea of trying to be more inclusive and understanding of different kinds of humans, you know, and applies it to a sort of wider like universe, you know, sort of like different kinds of sort of species of the universe, like alien species, and it's supposed to be sort of like in the future when humans have finally destroyed their planet and they have nowhere to live, and they've sort of launched themselves into space to sort of save their race or their like species, and are sort of floating helplessly about, but some of them have sort of colonized Mars, so they've become like the Martians. Anyway, all of the characters who are on the ship, who are like part of this found family, this new family of like wayfarers on this ship, they're all brilliant characters, and they're all like really well developed, like all these different like laws of the universe and laws of like diplomacy in the universe, and sort of like sciencey things as well. Like it's sort of like The Martian, you know that book? Like I can't remember the Andy something, I'll like put it up, but it's a bit like that, in that it's like explains scientific things in a way that would make sense if it was real. Do you know what I mean? Like it's obviously like sort of future science, so it doesn't exist, but it's explained in a way that could be rational and like a real thing. Anyway, definitely want to know what happens to these guys later on, so I think I'm gonna get the next book next year when I'm able to buy books again. Okay, next one is Stephen King's Joyland. So this one was a bit weird, and in the end I've given it 4 stars because I really liked the beginning and I really liked the ending. And I think the issue that I had with it was that it seemed to be 2 different books in one book. Sort of the first half of the book and the second half of the book seemed to be different genres and didn't really fit with each other. But the first half of the book and the second half of the book, I did enjoy both of them. They just seemed weirdly disconnected, and I suppose that's not really a problem. It's just like reading 2 books, like reading like the first book in a series and the second book in a series, which are very different kinds of books. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so it's this kid in the 70s. He's like a university student. He's like 20 years old or something. He's in love with this girl who is not a very good girlfriend, treats him like crap, and he goes off for a summer job at this like old amusement park in the Carolinas, and he sort of starts this job and like learns all this lingo, like old like carny lingo, you know, like 1920s like carnies and stuff, and he's really good at the job, and he's really enjoying it, and he's having like a banging summer, he's meeting new people, and then the sort of underlying thing, there's like sort of underlying like murder mystery type thing, but it doesn't really actually kick off in any way till the very end. It's like the first half of the book is a very like beautiful, just lightly enjoyable like Bildungsroman type thing, you know, like a boy sort of finding himself. And the second half is like a super sort of scary, like, or like not super scary, but like a really unsettling, creepy like murder mystery type thing with actual supernatural elements. So it was strangely sort of two different kinds of books, with the first part and the second part not really having a lot to do with each other, honestly. I know I'm not selling it. I know I'm not like giving you a brilliant like feeling like you should read this, but you should, because I did really enjoy it. I did really like the first half and the second half. I just feel like they didn't go together. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I did. Okay, next one. Scary Stories to Read in the Dark by Alvin Schwartz. So, this is like a 90s, like middle grade book. And I remember reading it in the 90s, but not really remembering anything about it. Just sort of little stories. Like I remember this one story about like an angry foot, or like a dead foot that's angry, or like a dead hand or something like that. Anyway, I bought this to read with my kid in the tent at Hay. Like, it's a good like camping book, like a scary story sort of book. And it was like as good as I remember it being. Like, it is like a middle grade book. So if you're looking for like actual scariness, like it's not going to be for you. But if you read this book in the 90s and you're in love with it still, I say give it a reread because it's worth it. Okay, next one, Summer Suns by Lee Mandello. I think this one I mentioned earlier as I was like reading it. I was in the middle of reading it, but I have finished it now and the ending was brilliant. So it's this kid, he goes missing with his friend when they're kids. So they're like 10 years old and they go missing, and they're found sort of like hiding in like a cave or like a hole or something. And later on, the kids become adults and realize that something happened to them in that time while they were away. They can't really remember what happened, but they realize something has made it so that they can speak to ghosts and people who are dead, and they can like feel like hauntings and like presences of the dead. And one of the two ends up dead, and they think that he's killed himself, but the other of the two, like the best friend, has decided he definitely has not killed himself. Like something bad has happened to him, and he has to go to where he died and sort of figure out what happened. And it is like a sort of horror-y, sort of supernatural like feel to it, and not like a thriller as in, oh, it's not real, it's just like, you know, an actual murder. It is like a supernatural sort of book, and it has like these links to sort of old stories from the area, you know. So they're sort of looking up sort of legends from the area, sort of like Southern Gothic type old school tales, which have actual truth in them, they find out, you know, and they sort of use them to solve the mystery. Anyway, that was super good. It also has like an LGBTQ sort of theme to it. Okay, that's me dunzos. I'm gonna put this on Instagram, sort of the full like show of it, do you know what I mean, with all the different books and stuff. So if you go below, like I'll sort of link my Instagram there and you can see it if you want to see like all of the books that I've picked. Some of the books I did also read for the BookTube Prize, like in rounds past, so I will have posted those videos up already, and I might link those below too if you want to sort of like know about those ones. And I have finished it just in time for Shorty September to kick off. I think it's literally next week that it kicks off. Anyone who wants to know more about Shorty September, please see links below. I'm going to link my video and also Sian and Bert's video, like to do with Shorty September below. If you're interested in that, please let me know. Also, if you have any questions or thoughts or comments at all, please let me know about this. If you've done the book bingo, if you've done some other summer reading challenge, if you've read any of these books that I've said about, if you liked them, if you didn't like them, if you want to like them later on, please let me know. I love a comment. Okay, I'll see you next week when Shorty September kicks off. Okay, bye 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 bye.